I think one of the challenges that we're starting to face in regards to our industry has to do with language and has to do with some of the changing demographics. We're starting to expand in other countries. We're finding that language is becoming a bigger barrier than we anticipated. So it's funny, so the world's evolved in the way that it's evolved, and we have this Tower of Babel problem that we're still dealing with. And what eventually, I wonder, does the world eventually evolve to a single unified language? Do we all eventually move to the direction of where we all speak some combination of English, Mandarin, etc.? And if we get to that point of unity, what that means not just for our industry, but what it really means for all industries and how people cooperate and collaborate. Anybody that tries to come up with a national language, I think, trying to mandate anything, it's going to just have to evolve on its own. I think the natural connectedness and nature of things, as things are continuing to evolve and how connected we're becoming with social tools, with search, with all these elements, and as people become more and more connected, I think we're all drawn towards trying to be able to communicate more effectively. And I think more than Esperanto or any initiative to try to drive that, I think we'll end up in a situation where market forces drive that, where people just have a desire to communicate. Let me give you an example. So the best way to teach somebody to type is to introduce them to instant messenger, because once they have a text messaging client, they will learn how to use a keyboard because they want to communicate their thoughts faster. I think that same effect can happen in regards to languages, and I think that we can get to a point where people want to communicate cross borders, cross languages, and they will find a middle ground in language, and maybe that language helps evolve to one unified world language. As we start to look overseas to expand the business, we naturally gravitate towards other English-speaking countries because the cultures are the same and so forth. As we start to look at like Europe as a continent, there's so many different languages. You end up having to not only be able to have technology that supports multilingual websites, but you also have to have the ability and the staff that can take your values, your skills, and translate them into their culture and language. And that's been a really, really difficult challenge for us. Now that most of the people of the world are under 30 years old, I think it changes, for our business, it definitely changes the opportunity size in regards to who we're marketing to. Our business is in the home improvement arena. So traditionally, the people that are buying home improvement goods, they're homeowners, they're settled, they're remodeling. So the stage of people that are entering into this market is going to be dramatically larger than it has been historically, which I think gives us an amazing market opportunity going forward.